The importance of yoga and meditation for a more stable and progressive society. By practicing these practices, I am convinced that we're going to be able to create a more stable, more mindful, more patient, more successful, more prosperous society, and we can definitely reach the next golden age. And in this video, I'm going to discuss my viewpoints on that. So I would like to ask you a big favor. If you like the contents of my videos, please do not forget to also like, subscribe, and importantly, also share, into your social medias, the videos that you liked. And this is going to greatly help my channel to reach out to more people. I would really appreciate that. And you're not only doing me a favor, you're doing society, a favor. Just a few of you, if that does this, it has a massive network effect. And I'm hoping, more and more people, millions and millions and billions of people, start adopting better, lifestyle habits, from my talks, and go into the next golden age. Who doesn't want to be more prosperous? Who doesn't want to be more peaceful, right? So for those who don't know me, I'm Osman. I'm a bioenergy healer on a master level with telepathic healing capabilities. I specialize in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses. These are very specialized and highly intricate healing methodologies involved to do these, and amongst also a host of other physiological, psychological, and even spiritual ailments, especially alleviating the adverse effects of involuntary Kundalini awakening. I'm also an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher, having been practicing the art for almost 50 years and teaching for 44 years. In that period, I've studied under various masters from different schools and cultures of thought, right, across the globe. And I gleaned out the most important aspect, removing the frills, and created my own protocols from these, from these other masters that I learned, to create something simpler, faster, more effective, result orientated, adapted for the 21st century, where time is so important and limited, and people need faster results. They don't want to waste time, decades on just doing one thing with no result, right? And to bring about faster result, it will also convince you're on the right path. And to that end, I now have students in over 100 countries. And also, my favorite protocol is the one that I created, 5-minute yoga and meditation program, which you can download for free by visiting my website, yogawellness786.com, in exchange for subscribing to my blog. And also at my site, you can get more information about my services. Please also remember that my therapies are all natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. So I believe that yoga and meditation science, because I've created protocols that are so simple that there is just a 5-minute yoga and meditation protocol. As simple as that protocol, how easy is that to adopt, into society and into, like, school is compulsory. It's compulsory for you to at least know how to read, right? And how to do simple arithmetic, to add what are numbers and how to count, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So literacy and ability to count, you don't have to know, calculus and quantum physics, but at least the basic mathematics and so forth, everyone ought to know, right? And similarly, you should at least have basic, knowledge of the yoga and meditation sciences, because what yoga and meditation strives to achieve, and what does, and scientifically proven, that it helps to, alleviate or decrease stress levels and cortisol levels by between 15 and 30%. Even 5% reduction in stress is a significant amount, right? So 30, between up to 30% reduction, and up to 20% reduction in preponderance to ailments and so forth, and illnesses and so forth, is a significant percentage, which is important enough to introduce it. So if you do a 30, 20, let's say 20% overall decrease in the health budget of the nation. I think the United States budget was in the trillions of dollars, right? The trillions of dollars, right? Um, uh, and you do 20% reduction of that. So isn't it economical for governments to introduce this into the nation. If you have a healthier nation, 20% more healthy, right? 20% people living, healthier and less, more productive, 20% more production in the work, in productivity and in the economy, of course. So this will exponentially increase within a 5 to 10 year period. It will be 1,000% increase because it builds up, right? It goes exponentially. It's not a linear, development, because when a company reaches the next level, it can go to the next level faster and faster and faster, and everything in the economy, everything can grow. And when people become calmer, more centered, more focused, and more patient, would relationships become more easier to sustain and more harmonious? Definitely, right? Definitely. And what I've experienced from practicing in almost 50 years, that it's very communication becomes so amazing because my own energies are balanced and I have a good relationship with my own self. I feel, irrespective of how bad situation I'm going through, I feel that contentment and calmness inside me, that I still have that inner peace, although I am not oblivious to the stresses and problems, but I'm able to address and take an action plan towards overcoming that stress much better than those who are mixed up in the head and under stress, right? By being calm. So by being calm, I'm not becoming, comatose to the problems. I'm able to address my problem more effectively, right? So if people can more effectively address the problems and solve the problems more effectively, this is going to have a ripple effect across society, and your energies are balanced, it becomes infectious. So of course not 100% of the people are going to be, practicing, the mindfulness and this thing, so because they are in extreme stress, but your energy will influence them and bring them to a state of calm, because we found this is transferable energy, that it has an influence and that it is contagious. So as you mixing with other people, they also tend to become calmer, and you start encouraging, then the people will have time when they come, they'll be able to make time for something which is positive for them, so that they can better handle their own, stresses, and be able to achieve the goals, and have better health, and better mindset and better relationship. Who doesn't want that, right? To adopt that practice, so they'll have time to adopt it, and it will start. And I believe in a very short space of time, that it won't even take 2 years, that snap, 2 years later, we're in a golden age. Everything is there. We could be able to collaborate, put minds together, find solutions, head to head, in a brotherly fashion and in an inclusive manner, to find what is good and work together. And when we're working together and communicating openly and working in an inclusive manner, it's going to definitely find, where there's a will, there's a way, right? We're going to find, we work together, put our hands together, we're going to find solutions to all the problems, to the massive unemployment rates that are there, the people that have, no money to even survive, they cannot pay the rent, all be working together, clubbing together, helping each other out, helping people to skill themselves, become productive members of society, and family life can come back, relationships can start progressing, society start progressing. Isn't that a wonderful new golden age? Why shouldn't we adopt yoga and meditation? You don't like yoga and meditation, you like the Buddhist approach, mindfulness and Tai Chi, add mindfulness and Tai Chi. Don't forget to include Tai Chi with mindfulness, because this is an important aspect in balancing of the energy. So do mindfulness and Tai Chi. It's non-religious based, right? Even my meditation style, my yoga style, I don't include any worship, any god in. Myself, I'm a Muslim. I'm not even a Hindu. Right? I know all Hindu terminologies and everything, right? I know, I believe more. I've made more advancements in the yoga and meditation science as teaching from a practical perspective, in bringing about massive results in students in over 100 countries, where most, it's not, uncommon for my students who engage my advanced yoga meditation protocol to have out of body experiences within 1 to 2 days. It's not uncommon for that. So doesn't this make me, one of the more advanced yoga and meditation teachers? And I'm not even a Hindu, right? I'm a Muslim. Muslims, they're strictly against Hinduism, right? There's a war between Hindus, and the war between Pakistan and India is not only over the land. They use the land as an excuse, but they hate each other's guts, right? Because they're insulting each other's religion. and this is stupidity. You learn to be calm. I mean, I respect the Hindu culture. I know it's a very amazing culture, and it's a much misunderstood because it's so intricate and it's so highly evolved. It needs a very high level of mind to understand just even one verse in the Upanishads, right? How amazing it is. So let's be more inclusive. Let's adopt yoga and meditation, as a beginning. Let's become more mindful, take care of our body, our nutrition as well, right? This is part of yoga science as well. Your physical postures, your breath work, and what you eat as well. It's part of it because there's Ayurvedic medicine and Ayurvedic style of eating as well, right? As a version, not the only version, right? I prefer the Dr. Brooke Goldner's protocol version of eating, right? You can Google her and go to her website. Amazing protocols. It's the husband's website, smoothishred.com. Free information, right? And it will even cut your grocery bill by 80%. Right, you'll save money. You think you have financial problems, you'll decrease your expenses, right, by following this protocol. There's no subscription fees. There's no supplements or anything extra you need to buy. You just cut back common grocery things. The fastest way to lose weight that I ever experienced. I've been in the weight loss industry for over 24 years. Myself having lost weight the hard way, right? I was 104 kgs. Now I'm 75 kgs. 20 years ago, my waist size was 46 inches. I'm now 30 inches. And I've kept it off for the last 19, 20 years, right? And actually, instead of going worsening, I kept improving. Initially I dropped down to 34 inches and then down to 30 inches, right? First 10 years 34 inches, and the next 10 years 30 inches. How amazing is that? First 10 years, down to 85 kg, the next 10 years 75 kg. Now the next 10 years I want to go, take out all the excess abdominal, visceral fat and so forth, right? I'm working on that. And I found a way through the Dr. Brooke Goldner protocol, right? So I'm respecting all sciences. Because I'm inclusive. The reason my strategies, my students experience such fast results, I combine my knowledge from various masters, not only from the yoga field, but from various masters across the world, from Western sciences, modern medical sciences, the Chinese culture science. I mean, my energy healing, I've learned Qigong from Chinese school, the Shaolin Temple, right? And the martial arts I learned from the Japanese school of thought, right? Karate I learned, from the Japanese, the thing, and we're learning spirituality and crystals and to be able to clairvoyance and so forth from the Western, from the gypsies, right? So and tarot card readings and reading the palms and all this thing. It was very exciting and interesting. Not that I'm into fortune telling and so forth. I was very excited, about these intricate. What's the science behind it? What's the science behind astrology? Is it duplicable, right? Is it something that you can calculate? Or it's like I didn't go too deep into these things, but I learned. But especially when it comes to enhancing yoga and meditation, I found, like for example, the Dr. Brooke Goldner protocol far supersedes, far ahead of any Ayurvedic school of this thing in terms of advancing in, your energy development. And those want to develop the Kundalini, energy at least 10 times faster, more effective is your mystical experience is going to come 10 minimum 10 times faster if you follow the Dr. Brooke Goldner protocol, right? And it's much easier. The Ayurvedic style, oh my God, so many spices, this spice, that spice, like a gazillion spices and a gazillion vegetables and this thing. Dr. Brooke Goldner, this cruciferous vegetable, choose any. You can have just broccoli every day, right? With a handful of flax seeds and just add some fruit for flavor, right? 25% fruit for flavor, and blend it with water and drink plenty of water. You can't afford bottled water. Even, I mean, tap water is unhealthy, but you can't afford it right now. So until you can afford the bottled water, that drink a lot of, a minimum of 3 to 5 liters of water a day. This is not going to impact heavily on your budget if you're going to drink, the tap water. And most cities have got drinkable tap water, although it's not. I mean, got chlorine in it, and there's long-term adverse effects. But you have to prioritize. Do you have the budget? Right? Until you have the budget, work hard to get the budget to afford state-of-the-art filtration system. And I promise you, the filtration system, far you get the right filtration system, which is not very expensive, added to your your normal tap water system, that it goes through the filtration system, is absolutely amazing. You can taste the difference of the water. There's no plastic in it, and some of the bottling companies, you don't know how pure it is, and they're just bringing mineral water with a lot of impurities in it. And we've tested a lot of the major water brands, and we found a lot of impurities in it, right, when we tested it. And purified, the one that the machine is in your home, where you purifying, you know what machine that you are cleaning the filters regularly, and what purity level you creating. And from the taste alone, you will know, right, how amazing it tastes. And when you can afford it, you can have all that. So this is the importance of bringing mindfulness practice and yoga, or mindfulness and tai chi, or pilates, or working out, right? Do stretching, and at body exercise, right? And worry about improving your VO2 max, and of course, you got your own strategies in doing it. Focusing on this, on the health perspective, but also the mental perspective, right? The mindfulness side, don't neglect the mindfulness side. So I'm just use a broad term, yoga and meditation, but it includes, like, a simple mindfulness practice together with, like, maybe pilates, aerobics, is a different component of exercise. Yoga is a different component of exercise, which falls under similar component as tai chi. And then you get cardiovascular, which is a different component of exercise. And then you get strength training, which is you don't necessarily have to go and lift weights. You can do body weight exercises. You can do squats, crunches, and push-ups, right? Those who want to build up heavy chests, and muscular biceps. If you don't want all that, especially ladies, they want to have the bamboo shoulders. If you like that, that style, no problem. You can have it like that. But you can have your amazing legs and amazing glutes, right? Well, squats is, if you do go get into a regular squats practice, you're going to have amazing glutes, right? That's an asset, right? Who doesn't want amazing glutes, right? And amazing legs, right? And an amazing six pack. Who doesn't want that, right? Do your crunches and so forth. So by doing all this and including this, we're going to take society to the next golden age. I promise you, in a very short space of time. It will go like a ripple effect. Just it needs one person to believe, right? And then two people to believe. And then when it's working for you, your network is going to adopt what's working for you. Say, oh my, you're starting to look amazing. You're progressing in your career. You becoming more financially stable. You're not spending compulsively. You're not a compulsive spender. You're able to save, and you got, you can save for a vacation. You came out of your debt, and you progressed yourself. You become more harmonious and likable person. You're getting the promotions easy. You're flying through interviews. When I used to go for interviews, it was like very surprising. If I didn't, it's just for me to attend the interview, I know I'm going to get that position. It's just for me to choose which position, right? Because if you have a likable personality, I used to struggle with sales. 1 in 50, then it was 1 in 20, then it was 1 in 5, then it was 1 in 1, right? For 4 years in a row, between the year 2000 to 2004, I sold an average of 20 houses every month, right, in the real estate field, selling them one by one, not in bulk, to individuals, right, residential homes, right? That is like, it was easily 1,000 houses in a 4 year period, one by one, right? How many people achieved that? Why? Because I was like closing the deals one on one, right? I was qualifying clients when I'm taking them and I'm having the conversation. They were signing, they were buying, they were signing on the dotted line, and I was just closing sales left, right, and center. And that's how I reached the volume through advancement in meditation practice, mindfulness. It improves your own balance in energies. Your more balanced energy, you start becoming a more likable person. And then you become likable, you also become ethics conscious, right? You don't want to cheat people and harm people, and that comes across to people, your genuineness, right? That you're there to help them, right? And then they will like you, and they'll also trust you easier. And then you get people to like and trust you in the one interview, because sales is in that one interview, is to make or break. Competition is high. You want to close the deal, sign on the dotted line, get the deposit check, get the payment, right? And walk away with the deal sealed. Because once payment is down, commitment is there, they're not gonna, they change the mind, right? If money is exchanged hands. Once the payment is there, then the deal is closed. And I closed deals, and increased my communication skills from yoga and meditation. And I found that I could this thing, and I went to from the residential market to the corporate field, to small business owners, from small business owners to big business people, providing solutions for them, to major business people who own multiple businesses internationally. They come to me, Osman, I want 10 five-star hotels. I got 10 billion, dirham as my budget. A Saudi client, I can't even speak my language. Yeah, I don't know Arabic, right? And the people from Saudi Arabia had all the money, and when they spoke to me, they just wanted to do business with me. We don't understand it. We had to have a translator, but they liked me because my energies were balanced. They can see in my face the glow, the calmness in me. I don't have any ulterior motive. I'm together. Whether the deal goes through or don't go through, I'm fine, right? And I'm happy. From that point, it's easier to make big money. Making, 52 million dirham in one deal, right? In one deal, sold one full building to a banking group, and 52 million dirham, right? Divided by 3.68, I don't know how many million dollars that is in one deal, right? Minimum commission in selling a five-star hotel in Dubai is $10 million that I make. If I want to make less than 10, I will not do the deal. Because why? I never needed to network with other agents. I got it directly from the owners. I think even till today, I'm the only person in the Dubai market. I'm not living in Dubai anymore, but still I hold the connections to the most. I'm able to get into the home and have a cup of tea with the owner of the most number of five-star hotels. Almost every five-star hotel, in Dubai, I'm able to get. They don't directly know me, but I know someone who knows me that can put me in the lounge of the owner. So if I can deal directly with the owner of the five-star hotel, which five-star hotel is advertised for sale? It's not because it'll the investors, and it will drop the ratings of the hotel. It's in a very private network, right? So I didn't even need to know what's up for sale. Only the client come tell me which ones he wants, which location. I will go and think which one is the best from what my client wants, and just go to the owner of the hotel, find out who's the owner, and get into his lounge, get face to face, belly to belly with the guy, and have a discussion with him. When just a conversation, due to my balanced energies, they like me and trust me, and we find a way how to do the deal. Not force him that he has to do, but find a way how to make the deal happen, right? Because who doesn't want to progress, right? Some people, they told me, there was a shopping mall, right, for sale, that I sold, right? It's not known openly because they change its ownership very secretly, right? And everything looks normal. Doesn't like suddenly I'm a new owner and announce it to the world. It doesn't happen like that, especially with the big people who's dealing in billions of dollars, right? So the owner of this mall, he said, Osman, why should I sell this mall? It's a milking cow. It's an amazing location, and it's gonna, it's giving me a good income. I said, that's only when it's good. Firstly, you have to, because business is such that it always go up and down, isn't it? There must be recession, there must be ups and. So while the goings are good is number one. Number two, if you, while it's in a good time, you sell it at a good profit, you can open two more. You already know the formula how to open one. You can leverage yourself and open two more. You're selling at a profit. You know the tricks of how to bring it low cost. And you got the connection how to, get your anchor tenants. It's going to be easy. It's going to be turnkey for you, right? You can build two more and double your this thing, right? You're this thing. So you're going to get the other guy to progress, and you're bringing money into your country. This is money from outside, Dubai is bringing it into it was actually into the United Arab Emirates. It wasn't, that mall wasn't in Dubai per se, it was in another emirate. And you're bringing money into the country, and you're prospering as well, and the way I was speaking and the way we're having the conversation, he liked what I was saying. He trusted it. And when they like it, they say, I like that idea. And I'm game for it. It brings the person when you're on the same harmonious level. This is the importance of introducing yoga and meditation to society. It's going to make you more harmonious, more balanced, and communicate better. And definitely, you're going to make money easier, right? I just have to be in the right field. And then when I turned 50, I said, now I'm going to stop corporate enterprises, and I'm going to go into my passion. My passion was yoga, meditation, energy healing. I can do this from childhood, right? I was able to heal people from around 8 years old. I was born with a gift, but I learned it as a science, and I practice it as a science, not as a gift, right? In a scientific perspective, because I like to do things scientifically as well, right? As much as I got a big mouth about Western science and other science and having respect for all science, yes, we must have respect for all sciences and all cultures, right? So I'm practicing that. I decide because why didn't I practice my passion earlier? Because you can't, it's very difficult to make money in this field. Yes, people say, oh, there's people, look at Adrian, right? Yoga with Adrian. She got 13.4 million followers. She just doesn't have to work for the rest of her life just for sponsorships and all that. She's comfortable for the rest of her life. She can leverage and buy, franchises and gems and all this thing, and she can become multi-billionaire in no time if she has the right mentor and advisor behind her and so forth, right? But how many people are in this field? It's not easy. I've been teaching yoga and meditation for free, because even for free it was hard to get people to come and attend. Now to do it as a business and as a livelihood, how much more difficult it is, right? And people don't believe in energy healing. They say, what is that? Only when there's no option. Why do I specialize in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses? Because when they are terminally ill and they're now in stage 4 cancer, all the cancer therapies failed. Then they feel that this person has got a very strong track record, which I do have, right, from word of mouth. And they come to me, and then they're willing to then try it because everything else failed. Why should I be the last one? Be the first one in conjunction with the medicine, not leave medical science. Do it together and heal quicker. Why go to stage 4? Heal it in stage 1. Don't let it go to stage 2, stage 3. Why let it come after stage 4? They've already removed most of your intestines and your internal organs. You got plastic bags inside you. You got hardly any human organs left inside you. And then coming to me, and I have to work with that, the thread of life, and bringing that back, into life. It's not fair. Let's get everyone to practice this, and then no need for healers, and you'll have a reduced need, right? Society will have a reduced need. People will become healthier as well. So let's get into the next golden age. Hope that information helps you. Take care of yourself always.